Okay, London session done. Took one trade on EJ. EJ breakout reversal signal day. That's when the previous week low gets faked out, as well as the previous day low. However, the higher time frame breakout levels are mostly bearish, so I had a bearish bias today. Last week closed as a bearish fakeout week, broke above that previous week high and closed below it. Here's the fakeout level. I'm bullish above, bearish below. Whenever I mark off those fakeout levels, I also mark off the breakout levels. I'm overall bullish above, overall bearish below these breakout levels. So coming into London, what I saw on the weekly, we were breakout, false breakout, triggering the low over here is a fake out retracement, and coming up to that fake out level, I was looking for a fake out continuation at the previous day high. So this is a breakout. Coming below that breakout level is a false breakout. Triggering the low over here is a fake out retracement. And I was looking to see how price behaved once it triggered that previous day high. If it stays below, it's a fake out continuation. If it goes above, it turns back into a breakout. So my bias on this one, since the hard time frame bias was bearish and we were below that fake out level and below the daily breakout level, I was looking for a fake out continuation. And so I took a really similar setup in Asia, very similar structure to the EJ one. Bearish fake out week, both of them had the same exact structure. Big difference between this one. I took the breakout setup here, took one at this H1 fake out high. Once this M15 closed below, faking out that H8 high, I went break even, and then I got taken out on the move down. So did not take anything on this break even trade on Nikkei. But I took the breakout on this once it triggered the previous day high because we're above that fake out level and above the daily breakout level. While in EJ, we're below. So took the fake out continuation, or was looking for a fake out continuation. So London Open, what I saw, we broke out above previous day high. I don't want to reverse a move on the daily unless I get an H8 high fake out. On the daily, if I'm trading a daily setup or a daily move, I'm looking for H8 momentum. An H8. I'm looking at the H8 time frame to see how where momentum is taking the market. So, if I'm on breakout on the daily, I'm not going to reverse that unless I get a lower time frame fake out. So on the daily, I'm looking for H8. So we get this H8 high fake out right here, right before London Open. This momentum bar takes out the last M15 bullish breakout bar, flipping this time frame bearish. So those are two things. Two of my criteria on my entry checklist is ticked off. We got that previous H8 peak fake out, and then we got that M15 breakout bias going in my direction. Last thing I'm looking for is the H1 traders to be on my side. So I'm looking for either an H1 fake out, or ideally, I'm actually looking for the H1, the last bullish breakout level, to be taken out. So as London opened, came below the H1 breakout level. I dropped down to the lower time frames to see how price would react over there. And once I got this bar close right below the structure, I entered about halfway through. Impulse entry, but I was waiting for the H1 to be taken out, and entered like this, stop loss at the high of the day, and my TP is at the previous day low. So as long as I wait for that H8 high fake out at the high of the day, I take a look if this is a second H8 of the day, London session. If I get a fake out of the H8 at the high of the day, 66.67% chance that the high of the day is locked in. So as long as I'm targeting 0.5 R, if I have a strategy win rate of 66.67, I need at least 0.5 R to be a break-even trader, and I have definitely more than 0.5 R. So I'm happy keeping my stop loss hidden away up here. And the whole idea of the way I trade is I look at higher time frame bias, and I'm anticipating this move to push me down. So I'm going to see how price reacts at the week direction over here at the weekly open, as well as the week breakout level. So I probably should have an alert over here. Over the weekend, I was updating the code on my indicator. So I wrote a new trade manager on it. And so I could input my stats over there, the entry, stop loss, and take profit. So the way that I'm doing it is I'm not going to receive any alerts above the take profit level. So what this allows me to do is just set my trade up, and then I just can walk away and wait until I won't get any alerts above this take profit level. So anytime there's an alert below it, then I'll get some alert that the market is reversing. But otherwise, I'm just going to let my trade play out. I really don't like to sit in front of the computer or anything like that. As much as I can, I don't like to stare at my trades. So I took this trade and I walked away, and that was it. And so now let's see. So whenever I watch my trades, I get anxious. So I'm tempted to exit right now, but I'm just gonna let it play out. Um, yeah. So took that trade, and what else? So I was also looking at these are the pairs that I look at in London: gold, D30, UK 100, oil. Was looking for a fake out of the H8 high in order to take it down on gold. It's a bearish breakout day. We're below that H8 breakout level, below the daily breakout level at London Open. So I was waiting for a closure below. It's also an inside bar, and here's the H8 range. Was waiting for price to fake it out so I could take it down. Didn't do that, so no entries on gold. Had no read on oil. It just kind of did its own thing as usual. It's not a setup for me, and so I had did not anticipate this move. Couldn't catch that. D30 inside days. I always kind of wait until the edges get triggered, so there was no move for me here. I did like how it was below the H8 breakout level, and I think daily breakout levels here. So there's mixed bias in here, and so whenever there's mixed bias, I would expect price to kind of just bounce up and down like this. But that first M15 bar was too far. There's no way that I would enter on this. I'd have to wait for a pullback. And yeah, there was no entry for me, even if I wanted to trade that. But usually on inside days or even inside bars, I'm waiting for the edge to be triggered first. UK 100, I actually like this one. This was the first one that I had on my radar. Breakout day was a signal day as well, trend continuation signal day. Hard time frames were all bearish. Everything looked really good on this one. We're below that day breakout level, below the H8 breakout level. London Open is right here. I saw all of this, and everything that I wanted was there. Faked out the H8. M15 is on my side. The H1 wasn't on my side yet. H1 was here, was waiting for London to open, and I would have entered as price got below it. So I was ready to take this move. I had it all set up on my MetaTrader. Wanted to take it down to the previous day low. Even had my target alert at this H8 range just to see how price would react over there. But the first minute of London just shot right down. And so even though I was watching it, there's no way that I could have entered it. It just dropped way too fast. Um, and even on an impulse entry, it would just not be enough. So did not take this. Waited for a little bit for a pullback. And usually on pullbacks, what I'm waiting for is the last bearish breakout bar to get taken out by a bullish one, and then I enter as price reverses. But there was did not get that over here, so I moved on from this one. Yeah, and so after that, I did all my London Forex pairs. Didn't really look at them. Um, Usually, my priority are the USD pairs and the JPY pairs. USD Euro is an outside day, so I'm usually trading at the edges on this one. So I didn't. Looks like it did set up, but I don't think. I think maybe the first minute also dropped down on this one, but did not trade this because it was an outside day. Outside bars create a range for me. Um, Faked out previous high, faked out previous low, and closed inside the range. That's a range for me. And then GU, I did not have any setup on this one. So once I went to the JPY pairs, the way I split my screen, this one on the left is what I trade in Asia. Well, JPY, I trade all of them, but I focus more on these two. These two in the middle here, I focus on in London. They're Euro pairs, Euro EJ and GJ, and then I trade these ones in US. Once in a while, I'll take a GJ trade in the US, but most of the time, I really try to stay focused just on these two in US session. So I picked EJ over GJ, simply because of the day breakout level, and that's pretty much it. So once I went to this time frame, I immediately saw that, and I uh, analyzed EJ, and I could see it pretty clearly, really quickly where my trade is at, and yeah, almost. Yeah, God, yeah, I'll just leave it. I'm not gonna touch it. Gonna leave it alone. Okay, gonna get off the charts and wait for New York.